I'd like to thank you all for coming here this evening and to welcome you on behalf of our chairman, Dr. Rami Ranger, and the whole Sunmark family. We look forward to this annual dinner at Gulfood every year. It gives us a chance to meet all of the people that we work with, people that we talk to on the phone, that you might Skype, you might email, but you don't actually get to shake hands or even see. And there are times when I can say to you, I have met people I have been working with for 10 years. In fact, today was an example. I met somebody who I've been working with for 10 years but never got a chance to meet. So it's a really nice occasion for us every single year, and it's something that we look forward to. I'd like to thank Deputy Consul General, Mr. Alistair Long, beg your pardon, this evening, who has taken care of His Excellency Philip Parham, who could not join us this evening. Without any further ado, I'd like to invite Dr. Rami Ranger onto the stage to give a welcome note.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to yet another award dinner here in Shangri-La, in Dubai. We come here every year for the Gulfood show, which is one of the best in the world, the biggest in the world, and we pick up very, very important leads, important distributor. As you all know, my journey was a very humble journey. I started my life in a refugee camp, no father, no elite education, no schoolboy network, except the British sense of tolerance and fair play. I arrived in Britain in search of a better future, but it was a country totally different to what I had imagined. I was hoping to start picking up money from the roadside, and I was thinking a house with a swimming pool and nice sports car. It was a cultural shock to me. But many, many people said to me, you can live a British dream, no need to go to America. There is a lot of opportunity in Great Britain. And without any capital, I started my business, a service industry, where you don't need any finance. You just sell your service like accountant, solicitor, or doctor. So I started my business as a freight forwarder, picking up cargo, shipping them to Africa, Middle East, Caribbean, all over the world. And then I came across a lot of good people who were buying British product, but they were struggling. They were having problems trying to source those products. And I said, if I help them, I'll help myself. And that's how the life started, Sunmark. We started to source product for our clients all over the world. I had no idea how fast the business would grow. And in less than 20 years, we topped 200 million mark. And it's still growing at 20% a year, year on year. As you know, we are now in 130 countries, and we are growing rapidly, soon to overtake United Nations. But you know, you can't do it alone. So behind me, there are many secrets which I'm going to reveal to you. The most important secret is, as you know, that I was in Britain, Great Britain, which has connection with the world. We, a tiny country, from people have touched the life of almost everyone in the world. You have no idea how British people have influenced the whole world, the globe. They continue to do so. And being in UK, and if you want to be a global player, you need to have your presence in UK. Without being in UK, you cannot call yourself as a global player. And you saw Prime Minister after Prime Minister have said, Britain open for business. We have the Deputy Consul General here. Again, he will tell you, Britain is open for business. There are very few restrictions. There are so much support. We have the best banking system, the best communication, the best transport, the best air link, you name it. It's just not my story that I was successful. If I was in a different country, I don't think I could come and talk to you the way I talk to you just after 20 years, or it's 22 years exactly, 1995. So there's, behind me, there are people. The first thing was the Great Britain. And well, before that was my mother, actually, who brought me up single-handedly, instilled the right values, that customer is like a god. They come to give you something, so be careful, don't lose customer. You can afford to lose money, but don't lose customer. If you lose customer, you will lose a great deal. But if you lose money, you can always earn back. So thanks to my late mother, who gave these little values which you can't get them from Harvard or Cambridge or Oxford. So these are basic human values that you got to look after your customer. And our motto is we only succeed when they succeed. So our team of professional people, we have 150 strong team in UK. Their job is to look after our distributor. We call them our soldiers. We call them there in the battlefield. They're competing with the people. We have to make sure they have an edge over the competition. So coming back to Great Britain, then my team, they are really giving me 110%. Without the support of team, one person cannot do it alone. How many countries can I look after? How many containers can we ship? Last year we shipped nearly 15,000 containers to 130 countries. And it's a huge operation. You know, it starts in the morning from 8 till 8 sometime. We're loading container after container. You know, sometimes people come and say, your place is busier than Heathrow Airport. They have to wait few minutes to just pass, come to meet us because the lorries and trucks are coming all the time. We are expanding our warehouse now. And then we have staff. After that is the supplier. And you know, you learn everything from someone every day. Yesterday, I learned somebody from a guy from Pakistan. He's here. He said, a lot of people respect customer, but they don't respect their supplier. He said, we respect supplier. And I said, why? Why? He said, because if you don't have a supplier, what are you going to give to your customer? You will have no customer. So this guy's name is Imran Raza. He's sitting here right in front of me. So you learn from someone every day. So you are never perfect. You know, at this age, I'm always learning. So therefore, our suppliers are so important to us that these suppliers give us the product which we can sell to people like yourself, and we can make profit, you can make profit. So we salute supplier, we never delay their payment, we never try to, you know, outsmart them, buy product for Africa, sell them to Sainsbury or Tesco for a quick buck. We have ethical company, and for that reason, Unilever, Cadbury, Nestle, McVitie, Beecher, you name it, they all, Mondelez, Kraft, Heinz, they all do business with us because they know they can trust. And I always say if people can't trust you for £5, they're not going to trust you for £5,000. So everything is very, very important. We can all earn money. You know, it's very easy. We can all earn money. But to earn respect is very, very important. And for you being here is worth billions of pounds to me that you're here because we are a family now, we are connected, our destinies are connected, we work. In each country there are maybe 50 million people, but out of 50 million, you are the most closer to me. So therefore, I am grateful to Great Britain, from where I started my business, from supplier, customer, and my staff. So we are three things, customer, supplier, and staff. When they sing in perfect harmony, in a synchronized way, you have a beautiful music that there's nobody watching each other's back. We are all confident, we are all doing business with our full peace of mind that Sunmark will not let them down, they will not. I mean, I've got a customer from South America, Belize. They only started very recently, but we are so proud. Some of these guys will be honored today in front of you because they have remarkable commitment. There are so many people, we classify them as trader. I think many of you people will not understand the difference between trader and marketing company. A trader will sell anything, what sells. Today he's selling A, B, C, he has no loyalty to any product. But the person who is in marketing, is like raising a family. He will start marketing his product. A new brand is very difficult to launch. These people are here from so many countries. We are in 130 countries. These people have demonstrated that Rolling Stone gather no moss. We will stay with Sunmark. We will make sure these brands are accepted. Because when you enter a new market, people are used to different brands. And it's very time consuming, it takes effort. But a lot of people want to cut corners. They want quick return. This product sells, let's sell that. Something sells. They do not have the vision or to stick to one particular brand to build that customer base, and then they can sit back. I always say the business should become easier and stronger day by day. So I won't take you long because we have other speakers who want to speak, and we have a guest of honor who is very kindly helped us out because the ambassador could not come because there was a ministerial visit here, and then the Consul General had to go fly to London because the Foreign Office mean these guys are always on the move, and therefore we are very grateful. Mr. Long has come after another commitment, so he will probably get double time tonight. So we hope. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, once again, without you, without customer, we are nothing. You're very important part of our organization. You're part of our business. Your concern is our concern. We have people from Kenya, we have people from Uganda, we have people from Gambia, Sierra Leone, Kuwait, Russia. We just found somebody. So our family is growing day by day. So lastly, I will only give you my secret is, which I share with you, and you must not ignore this. If you want to be Sunmark type success, the most decorated company in Britain with 5 Queen's Awards, and I've been honored on 8 occasions by Her Majesty the Queen, which is a great, for me, as a humble immigrant, I could never imagine that one day I'll be speaking to you. When I arrived in England, with faded trouser and different color jacket and shoe with one socks. So there you are. This is what you can live in British dream by being sincere to your country. Loyalty is a prerequisite for success. Those who look back cannot look forward. So these are all English proverbs, and I will just give you my 5 principles. That is number 1 is the self-respect. That you must earn self-respect whatever you do. If you don't have self-respect, you don't give a damn to anybody. You don't care. You can come late. Boss will send you. So in our company, all my staff, I say you have to be respected by your customer. Work ethic is very important, that we don't shortchange anybody. We don't send you short-dated good or overpriced product because your success is our success. We need to have a commitment. We need to make sure that we finish our job. As you can see, Mr. Long has shown his commitment. He could have just said, I'm sorry, I'm already busy, but he has come. And he's made us grateful we are that somebody has taken the pain to come to do the second event. And then you have to have a vision. Without vision, you are headless chicken spinning at the same place, going nowhere. You need to be the best among the rest by just using your frequency, where I'm going, where I want to, how can I get there? And the final is empathy. You've got to have empathy for others in a nicest way. You've got to empathize, you have to put yourself in their position. And these are the 5 things, everybody is born with them. So I think on that note, I will thank you once again for giving me your confidence, giving me your support. And look, here I am. Oh, I can't give you more, but I can give you my blessing. God bless you, and may your business flourish with your business. Thank you very much.
And could I invite Her Majesty's Deputy Consul General and Director of Trade and Investment to the UAE, Mr. Alistair Long.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, friends, and it is really a pleasure to see really good friends among you, like my good friend Kamal Vachani, and most particularly Dr. Ranger. It's an honour, it really is, to be here tonight, and thank you very much for your invitation. Dr. Ranger, you're an inspiration. I was trying to think of the word. You're an arch patriot and an ambassador for the UK. Your story, the strength of the brands that you have built, the care that you show, most particularly for your staff, but also for your customers and others, including outside of the trading arena, the things that you've done. The care that you show for the product as well. And I want to come back to that because I think that's so important to what we've seen among British producers of food and drink today. Genuinely are an inspiration. I really do mean that. And it is just wonderful that you feel the way you do about the UK, but it is also genuinely wonderful, I think, that we've been able, through repeated Prime Ministers who haven't needed even to see the background story, and Her Majesty the Queen, to honour you in the fashion that you have been honoured. You deserve all the Enterprise Awards, and most particularly I congratulate you on your CB last year in 2016. A wonderful testimony to what you've contributed. So congratulations. The ambassador has just returned, literally just returned from London, and holds you in enormous high regard, as you know. Paul is in London as we speak, and likewise holds you in enormous high regard. The reason the ambassador was in London, he's just spent 2 or 3 hours with Mohammed bin Zayed and the Prime Minister. The relationship between our countries is in rude good health, and it was a wonderful meeting, and one of the things they committed to in that meeting was to furthering our trade relationship. But to come back to Sunmark, if I may, it is an amazingly powerful brand. It is a brand that everybody knows. It is a proud British brand, and it stands for quality, and it stands for drive and commitment, and it's really what we want British food and drink to be about showing the world that we've got genuine high quality products to get out there. I must say I'm particularly taken with your drive, that you're still looking for the next country to add to the list, that you're still looking for that next 1,000 containers to add to the freight load. That pays tribute, I think, to your second, I hope I got this right, of the 5, work ethic. But if I may, I think what I, as a fellow Brit, would feel most proud of is that you talk about values in the way that you do, and that as you say, you can't learn those at Cambridge or Oxford or Sandhurst or any of these other places. It has to come from in here. It has to be a family thing, a personal thing, and an ethical thing. And the other thing we sincerely hope that British brands stand for, and this one does, is an ethical core. I couldn't help but comment on the video. And I just thought I'd comment, because one of my roles is directing our trade and investment for the UAE, but another is directing our trade and investment for the whole region. I look after 12 countries in the region, the Gulf, Lebanon, Jordan, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan. There is something really exciting going on in government around trade in the UK that has flowed from the EU referendum, the Brexit decision. So quite apart from what you may think, whether you're a Brexiteer or a Remainer, this is exciting for everybody. We have a new Department for International Trade, where UK Trade and Investment, for those of you who remember it, had one minister and was a subsidiary of different government departments in the UK. This is a fully fledged ministry, 4 ministers, and it brings together lots of different parts of the UK system into a coherent whole. So where we used to do trade promotion, we're now trade promotion, trade policy, export finance, the great campaign, if you've ever seen those pictures of Britain is great at this or that. And it really feels like we've got the wind in our sails. But as ever, the government can't do this alone. We have to partner with the private sector. We have to partner with our very good friends who show the way with these sorts of products, with these kinds of drives to get out there internationally. But it is an exciting time. And again, regardless of your position on the referendum, I think that there always was for Britain a very bright future if it wanted to craft it, and this feels to me like the right way to go about doing that. And you mentioned we move from one event to the next. We've got 2 ministers in town at this very moment, or very nearly. There's a Welsh minister about to land at DXB as I speak. The attention that's focused on this market, the readiness of our ministers to travel. The Prime Minister was in Manama to speak to the GCC members in the first UK GCC summit for many years, just over Christmas. And the Secretary of State for International Trade has tried to come to Dubai 4 times already, he's only made it twice. The appetite to come here, the appetite to sustain this relationship, and the appetite to get overseas and try to sell that bit of Britain that I feel you may have touched is there. So a tumultuous year it has been, but it's actually, I hope you feel the positivity. We're quite enthused, we're quite charged up, and we're ready. We've got that sense of drive that you've instilled in your brands to try and go and change the world a bit. And that change of the world, I don't think should be considered in any fashion negative. There are some very, very positive aspects to this for the rest of the world. Britain is about free trade. Free trade is a good thing. It seems to us ridiculous, if you look at the third world, that we'd be giving development aid with one hand and not free trading with them on the other. That doesn't make any sense. So we're about trying to correct some of these things now and be, as you may have heard the term, a global Britain. At the heart of that, food and drink is going to be really important because it really does espouse those traditional values, the values that you talk about. And so we really will look to our ambassadors like yourself, Dr. Ranger, to be our partner in this. And can I just thank you again? I feel very honoured to be here, to have been given the opportunity to speak. I pass my very, very best wishes to you and to the gathering from His Excellency. And you are a most sincerely good friend of our embassies. And thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, every year we recognise the efforts of a chosen few who have really excelled either over the course of the last year or over the course of many years and have truly come to light within our business. And we will be doing the same here today. So before I say who they are, could Dr. Ranger and Mr. Long please come back onto the stage for a moment. I'd like to start by inviting Mr. Jeevan and Mr. Varun Chauhan onto the stage to receive an award for distribution of Robust Energy Pure Heaven drinks and Royalty Ginger drink in India. They have taken a very difficult territory and actually given us national coverage in a very short space of time. So I'd like to invite you on stage.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, many thanks and to Mr. Dr. Rami Ranger for his support and blessings, and to our Sanmark family.
I'd like to next invite a very colourful individual on stage who's actually made this very long journey from Grenada with all of her family. Could I start by asking Ms. Kathy Baptiste of CBN Distributors Grenada onto the stage? And could I actually invite her family on in a moment as well?
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the entire staff of CBN Distributors and, of course, my family members, I would like to say thank you to Dr. Rami Ranger and the entire staff of Sanmark. That includes Sunny and everyone else. Thank you so much for your support. And Dr. Ranger, there's an old saying that behind every successful woman or every successful man, there is a successful woman. And I thank your wife also for the support that she has been giving you. And there's also another saying that there are times the teacher or the student becomes better than the teacher. So one day I'm hoping that I'll be better than you, Dr. Ranger. Thank you.
Our next awardee is a gentleman from the tip of South America, Mr. Harish Kishanchand from Harry's Imports in Belize.
I would like to thank Mr. Ramiji for all his support he has given us from so many years, and the entire team of Sanmark for supporting us in a big way. Thank you.
And our final awardee for the evening is our dear friend from Pakistan, from Triple H Pakistan, who recently launched Bullet Energy drink there, Mr. Imran Raja. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for coming here this evening. I'd like to thank the staff and the team from the Shangri-La Hotel. I'd like to thank Pankaj and Amjad for doing the photography this evening. Mr. Mohan Khurana, who actually broke his foot from our team in London. Mr. Mohan Khurana, who broke his foot and still made the journey here. Sunil, Ankit, Kudus, Shailesh, Uzair, Minu, and then also Maya, Sohail, and Sayer from our office. And one person I've got to mention also is our GM Biffy Varghese from Dubai, whose birthday is this evening. Could you give them all a round of applause?